to the interview.
In this episode, Richard Brake talks about learning the Star Wars lore for his role as Valin Hess in The Mandalorian, as well as what Pedro Pascal was really like on set, and he answers other hard-hitting questions like this. Did you get to hang out with Grogu on set at all?
I did not. Disappointed about that.
This is the Star Wars interview series that celebrates the unsung and occasionally well-sung heroes from that galaxy far, far away. Subscribe for monthly episodes and for all the other Star Wars and movie-related content that Geeknd has to offer. Now, it's fair to say that Brake plays on-screen bad good, and I started by asking his off-screen good self how he got the Mando role.
I just got a call from my agent, really. Didn't audition or anything. They just said, do you want to do this episode of The Mandalorian? And I was like, of course.
You were opposite Bill Burr in the scene, who had publicly revealed his hate strong. Maybe dislike his too, but he's not really getting the whole Star Wars thing kind of vibe. He'd made that quite clear publicly, and then when he got offered the role, thought that was going to come back to haunt him. So my question is, are you or were you a Star Wars fan, or was this just another job for you?
Honest answer was I'm not like a huge fan. I saw the original movie literally in cinemas when it came out. Obviously, I was 12, 13. Just absolutely loved it. My father was a huge fan. And then I saw the others of the original three, all in the cinema, obviously. And then honestly, I drifted away from it. I did watch The Mandalorian, which I thought was just lovely, lovely series, the first season, and that kind of, in a way, that kind of got me back interested in it. So I was really pleased when I got offered it. It's just an incredible universe they've created, really. To the Empire. It was a fun shoot. I think the whole shoot took about a week, which is for TV quite luxurious. They really put a lot into everything. Everything was rehearsed. Both those guys are, true professionals and just lovely people to be with. I shot this right before we all got locked down. The world locked down. I shot it in February. The big joy of it all was just to be a part of that universe, however brief. You sit on a set like that, with a bunch of stormtroopers hanging around, and you're just like, oh my God, this is like, if only my father could see me now. It's just a weird dream come true. Amazing.
According to a person on the internet, Pedro Pascal was difficult to work with because he didn't like wearing a helmet in a role he signed up for that requires wearing a helmet. I wondered how true this was, according to Richard Brake, a person who worked on the show. So I asked him, was it always in this script that he was supposed to take the helmet off, or did he have a tantrum and insist on taking it off?
Always in the script, which was kind of fun about when I got the role, because obviously realized that you haven't seen him without the helmet. So it was great to be, in that scene for that reason as well. But, finally he's revealing himself fully, and we're getting a whole big scene with him helmetless finally. And then of course the scene itself is just so well written. But no diva behavior whatsoever. Absolutely 100% professional the whole time. Pedro is the lead, and you get a lot of, sometimes you can get a lead be a little bit of a moody, difficult person, and he's the precise opposite of it. And Bill's just a really great guy, really fun. I got on, both of them. Right when he left, Bill we changed numbers, and he's said, next time I'm doing a show in London, I'll let you know. So I'm looking forward to that. When we get back to the world of live comedy and theater and music, hopefully seeing Bill in action.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't know Bill Burr watching that scene, you'd never guess he was a comedian, would you?
No. And
acting,
and a very good comedian, actually. Yeah, he's great in the scene too. I mean, he really drives it with his PTSD, and you can just see in his face what's going on during that scene. It was great acting from both those guys. You've got Pedro with his helmet off, and he's just doing so much without saying anything. I mean, I was really happy with how that scene went when we shot it. And then when I got to see it the other day, I just thought, those guys are just incredible.
Well, I think the three of you, like, it was almost like you were sparring, You were all great.
Yeah, it was fun to shoot.
Facial scan complete.
Do you have any intel on the machine, the face recognition thing? Because Does this machine just accept any face? Like, is it the sort of Empire equivalent of one of those internet security layer things where you have to click on the pictures of the pug dogs? They're never pug dogs. It's normally traffic lights, isn't it? Or palm trees or something. Is it like the Empire equivalent? Because it seemed a little bit of a flawed system to me.
Yeah, I wondered that too. No, I didn't get any intel on that. I actually didn't pick up on that myself until I watched it again. I thought, oh yeah, I wonder how that works. Anyone could put their face into it. There must be an answer. They got an answer for everything. That's what, I was amazed at the sort of level of detail. Operation Cinder, and just there's so much lore as well as just detail with all the different equipment and different type of ships.
Pay attention when a superior addresses you.
I wanted to ask you about the accent, whether that was your choice, because traditionally Star Wars Imperial officers mostly have a British accent.
10-5 forward, power!
Somehow it just felt right for this guy, and they seemed to like it, so we just went for it. I actually had learned it both ways, so I was more than prepared to do it in the typical accent. But this guy, I started working out. There's maybe a little bit of a different backstory to him. He's from somewhere else, but so I'm not giving away any more than that. But anyway,
do you know a backstory?
In my mind, I just create them. I create backstory for every character. Yeah, I have to. That's the only way I can work. But then I never give them away.
Oh, Richard, come on.
There you go. Never.
I would say it's a pretty dark and disturbing background.
Most of my people don't have happy upbringings.
You should pitch this juicy backstory to Favreau and Filoni. You should pitch it. You could end up in a comic or a spin-off series.
They come up better than me. No, they're great. I mean, the things those guys come up with are extraordinary.
There was a lot of Star Wars jargon in your scene, like Operation Cinder. I mean, you would obviously get given the script. Were you also given background information, or did you go off and do your own research?
No, I had to do all my own research. I mean, I had a few weeks prior to filming, went back and just did as much research as I could to get the period right and get, any backstory that's mentioned, at least like Operation Cinder, and made sure I had all that clear before I got on set. Yeah, I always do that. So, and luckily, that's kind of where I realized just how extensive a world they've created, how much has been introduced in the animated series, it's extraordinary. I could have spent months doing it and enjoyed every minute of it, but I did what I had in the amount of time that I had to create it.
Don't forget to hit or even caress that like button, and look out for more to come from Richard talking about his career in general. And yes, I do have a Patreon. Thank you to all members, and thank you for watching.